Hi, welcome back channel, train station 2. Alright, thanks for the gift code, my friend. Alright, so the Easter 23 is the gift code itself. Make sure you do it, then you get the additional 50 keys. Alright, so happy to share. I got my 13 dispatcher there. Right, so that's a lot of those light bulbs. Got to prepare 3,500 of them, and with that, I think I freed up 3,500 warehouse spaces and additional dispatcher, of course. I'm working really hard for that because before the main event comes about, the maximum capacity of trains possible and the maximum dispatches, permanent ones. So that's the preparation. Besides that, I mean, this Easter event, make sure you deliver those items to get those eggs itself. So which will ask me if you're given a choice between delivering the items to get the eggs or delivering the eggs. I will opt for the earlier, which is delivering items to get the eggs. So you can have lots of eggs later on because sometimes you will need a lot of time to prepare for the items that you need to deliver in order to get that eggs itself. So that is the strategy moving forward for this mini Easter event. So make sure you deliver those items required for the eggs, and then later on, at the moment whereby you are stuck with the items that you do not have, then you can go on and deliver those eggs to get the bunny. Alright, so of course in the competitions is about who's the one to get a bunny first. Alright, so getting the bunnies, 40 of them, you will get a pack of coins. So that's what I'm aiming for generally. I mean, of course there are parts as well if you wish to, but I think coins is the precious one. I think mine is about 13,600 for per 40 bunnies, so that's a lot of effort to get 13,600. So meanwhile, I would love to do the union jobs, not because I want to compete, but rather because of winning, you'll get those union dollars or bucks, they call it. So generally, that what's the purpose of that is because in now there's a new feature called the Innovations Center. By putting in your dollars, you can buy temporary boosts to various things. Of course, my favorite would be to boost the train capacity. Then you next question be asked, which capacity trains should I boost, be it common, rare, epic or legendary. It all depends on you. I mean, which job you are stuck at, because generally I'm always stuck at jobs that required a specific type of engine, like for example electric, and is a rare train. So because the limited number of those trains, I'll rather boost those two in order to push the job forward. So that's one thing. There's another thinking, which is, should I boost all the legendaries? Right, so if you have an 80 capacity legendary, that would be 100 capacity after the 20 capacity boost possible as well. I did that because that's provided I have a lot of items on hand to deliver, and I will boost those legendaries, provided also the requirement is any trains. Alright, so if you have jobs to deliver and the requirement is rare train or common trains, there's no point in you boosting the legendary at all. Okay, so that's something you got to ponder about in terms of choice of what to boost in an innovation center. There are, of course, other things like boost of the warehouse spaces, boost of your capacity of your warehouse space is one, boost of your building capacity. It means your production faster, or basically these are things that you are missing or you need it fast. So that's one way. But I would say that save up whatever union dollars you have and bucks to put it into the train capacity, because I think that's the most powerful boost ever. Because and when do you use those? I only use those during the first three competitions, so to speak, because our focus always on the first three competitions because they are the easiest of all. First, when you come about the first one, everybody start on an even because there is no preparation of event items possible, because you haven't started the event at all. So it's based on what you have prepared on hand, and that first start of the event, I'll normally go ahead and send all the dispatchers to grab the raw materials from the event and then put them into the factory of the event. And I always upgrade the factory of the event by 2 more slots, so I'll spend 110 gems for that. And then before I send out my trains to dispatch those non-event items for the first competition, because shortly after you're doing those 3 jobs in the first competitions for the non-event items, very quickly they'll be asking a huge amount of event items. So that's why you need the lead time in order not to put your event factory to idle. That's very important. The other thing I've always got to focus is train capacity, warehouse capacity, and where to get the goal. This is what I'm doing right now. Every 4 hourly, you should get your goal. But then that's also the point whereby I always drive about 80 capacity. Legendary is important in every single region so that you can get a maximum goal out of it. Okay, and do explore your event maps or even your union maps, because sometimes there are free stuff there with exclamation marks floating around. Usually there'll be 3, so if you hunt one, there'll be 2 lying down somewhere. Just hunt through the maps, you should be able to find them. Sometimes videos did comes about, you should watch them as well. Of course, it's time consuming, 30 seconds of your time. So that being said, I mean, Japan jobs is the one that I'm focusing as well, because I want to get my last Japan legendary train that fulfills the criteria of full collection in Japan trains capacity. Upgrading is really expensive, have lots of parts, have lots of gold if you're coming to Japan. Likewise, I'm preparing lots of it for my journey towards Egypt in matter of time. 40 over levels, given the fact we are always event fatigue. Very soon I'll be reaching Egypt, but I don't want to reach there without parts, without gold. That would be very painful, even though I could reach there with lots of keys. It is just not the capacity that one work with. For example, 4 capacity common train, and you take that to deliver 100 items. I think you'll go crazy, because you take 25 hours just to deliver 100 items with a 4 capacity train, and you only have that train. So it would be much easier if you have 20 capacity and you just take 5 hours. So this is what I meant by the importance of having lots of coins and lots of parts. Of course, lots of metal keys, which I gave you 50 at the start of this event. There are also metal keys to be exchanged from the main event if you wish to, but always urge people to change for 2 legendaries for the main event, and then you go down the line whether you want to go for epic, rare and common, or special building. That depends on you, that's your own choice. But if you balance, go for the coins from the event coins. I'm talking about the excess after getting that 1000 coin legendary, then move to the big boxes for the parts. Okay, so generally that's how in terms of claiming priority. Okay, then in terms of spending the bucks, as I mentioned, do not spend anything on here, Union. Save them up. I've done 297, and I'm going to spend it only on Innovation Center to boost my train capacity, and it's really expensive. After 3 competitions, probably I'll be drained all my dollars already. So do not spend them on silly stuff like getting a train container or a temporary dispatcher for Union. No, not going to do that for sure. Upgrading my train's capacity to the max, that also contributes towards the achievement, which you will see in the headquarters itself. Of course, the reward's not fantastic, and the achievement itself, you'll just see like probably 5, so-called 5. I think maybe a video will be 10 gems. So that's the one I'm missing by 1 of rare bird, they call it. So 29/30, 1 more upgrades of the rare train. I'll be able to claim that rare bird, 5 gems times 2 probably after watching a video. You asked me whether possible to do it now, 8 more to go for this cargo lot. Unfortunately, I don't think I have enough of those rare parts. Probably 2 upgrades was sufficient. So I'm going to do it right now, because see how things work. Alright, so got my first sets of those eggs, and I'm going to deliver them later on. I'm going to first complete this, as I always emphasize, importance of getting the eggs in. Deliver the eggs later. Okay, so because you need time, sometimes you're not so lucky, you may not have the item for getting the eggs. Okay, so make sure you deliver it first. If you do not have it, make sure you gather the resource required, then you deliver eggs because of lead time. Lucky me, great capacity trains for you both, as you got a spare because of the additional dispatcher. That's the importance of the additional dispatcher. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe, and wish you good luck in this mini event. Goodbye.